Okay, this is part two of the TNA Impact February 28th review. On to the main event. Sorry it went so long, guys, but here we go. Alright, for starters, I like the change in Jeff Hardy's demeanor. Earlier, we saw him come out, do his little, clap, whatever. This time he came out and he looked focused on his match. He carried himself great the entire night. It was a good match with a really good finish to it. You can look at it and you can just tell Jeff Hardy was just raring to go, and his 4 weeks off really did take its toll on him. He was hyped for this match. Though the ending was predictable, it was understandable, and it didn't really hurt anyone. Kazarian and Daniels lost to the world champion and number one contender. It's like, come on, man, what did you expect? But I did call Jeff Hardy and Bully Ray teaming up this week, but I'm okay with them doing it because they didn't get put against the Aces and Eights. Their focus only needs to be this title match because focusing Bully Ray on the Aces and Eights primarily takes the importance away from the world title. Bully Ray needs to be like a fucking assassin, focused on nothing but the championship. That's what they need to do with him. I can understand his family, the Hogans are in this beef with the Aces and Eights, but I can understand flip-flopping him between his family issues and his focus on the title, but I would love to see a breaking point come to that, which would really bring back the heel bully way we see. Maybe we see a huge argument with Brooke Hogan in the back, with him just going off on her for trying to pull him back into the Aces and Eights. Maybe her like, oh well, Daddy, you doing okay? What are you gonna do? And just see Bully just fucking snap. I got the match of my fucking life around the corner. Let Sting handle it. Sting got the whole fucking crew ready to roll. Why the fuck you bringing this shit on me? I'm focused on the title, bitch. I would love to see that. Hint, hint, hint. TNA, please do that. I can understand them, switching him from side to side. But when you are married or have a girlfriend, that's what they do. I would love to see them put that in next week's show. Just see Bully just finally snap, man. Just let Sting fucking handle it. You got Samoa Joe. You got all these people ready to roll. You know, don't talk about Aces and Eights with me no more. If it's not about the world title, I don't want to hear about it. That's what Bully needs to do. Just show him do that next week. You know, damn. All right. Just please do that, TNA. Please do that. It'll make Bully seem more like a heel, but it would also put importance back on the championship to do that. You know, and it'll feel real, man. It'll feel guttural because all men who are married or have girlfriends or even gay men with boyfriends deal with their lover just sidetracking them sometimes from their goals. It's something everyone deals with, and I feel a lot of people can relate to. All right, the show closed with Kurt Angle going into the Aces and Eights clubhouse and taking out the members and unmasking the mouthpiece of the group before getting jumped and overwhelmed by the group. Now we still don't know who it is because the cameraman, who is dumb as a ton of bricks, doesn't decide to go over the table and give us just a little bit of what the dude looks like. But man, I personally don't care right now, but I think it was a good way to close the show because it adds a bit of incentive to watch next week. I get why they did it, but I personally think they should have just showed the guy at this point, because it's dragged for so long. You know, I think it would have been better to just show who it is, but they can really make a good show out of this next week. Because personally, up here, only two people could be behind the mask to redeem this storyline. The number one person that would explain Kurt Angle's "Oh my God, it's you" reaction would be Samoa Joe, because the guy who they unmasked was a bit chubby. So if it was Samoa Joe, it would add interest in just what the hell is going on, and it would really tweak the big matchup at Lockdown if the fallout of it was done correctly. Damn. And then following Samoa Joe joining the group, you have Matt Morgan join the group. That would be the Aces and Eights would look dangerous then. You got Samoa Joe and Matt Morgan. You know, the mouthpiece looked chubby, so I doubt it's Matt Morgan, even though it would have been, made sense with how Matt Morgan treated Sting earlier. Some people are saying it could be Hogan, but I'm like, no. How many takeover stables is Hogan gonna be in his career, man? The NWO, Immortal, and no, Hogan needs to stay away from stables for as long as he lives. It would be the ultimate fail and burial of anyone involved in the stable. And please fire anyone who suggests Hulk Hogan be the leader of the Aces and Eights. Number two person is Joseph Park. We all know who he really is. His mind is warped and he's Joseph Park now. It would explain a lot and be really interesting if Joseph Park Abyss was the leader of the Aces and Eights. And it, to an extent, would explain Angle's reaction to it. You're like, this dumbass is the leader? Because Joseph Park walks around like an idiot all day. But it's entertaining to us. And we're all behind Joseph Park. Everyone loves Joseph Park. In conclusion, Impact was a great show this week. Really entertaining. I didn't skip anything. Some segments went long and I fast forwarded through them, but for the most part, I didn't skip anything. It had its weak points, though. Let's start with the pluses. Jeff Hardy back on TV. The world title back on TV is a huge plus. We saw the entire show. It juggled the focus properly between everyone. So it was a good and balanced show where everyone got a turn. X Division got showcased. World title got showcased. Knockouts got showcased. We got 2 women's matches, which is great. Next thing, Bully Ray was good. His focus drifting away from the Aces and Eights to his opportunity of a lifetime was great. Put importance on the championship. It was great. Just please show the family side. Since we have to see the Hogans, whether it be Brooke or Hulk, every week, please show how this is taking its toll on Bully. Bully Ray's been carrying the company for so long. I hate to see him get made out to look like a bitch at the start of the show. He got his man points back, but it's like, show Bully Ray his fucking snap next week, because he's been going through so much shit with his Aces and Eights, and now he's got his title match. That's a lot of stress for any man. Show Bully Ray snap. Gut Check was another plus this week. The vid packages were great for both girls, and they really add depth to the roster. It would be great if they both got signed. It really would. But don't just sign them both and we see both of them in the Knockouts division, because it makes the match mean nothing if you do it that way. Bring the Spaniard, Feliz, I think was her last name. Bring her onto the roster and give Lady Tappa the OVW contract. That would make more sense than just they're suddenly both on the roster. So why have a match then? It takes away the importance of the match. The show ending was good with the unmasking of the mouthpiece, because we've been calling for it for so long. I'm personally 50-50 on this, but the big unveil needs to happen this week. Just don't drag it out, TNA. Don't make it seem like you're gonna unveil it next week and you don't. Because that's what I'm getting as a fan watching it. We're gonna find out who it finally is next week. Just tell us who it is and make us care about the Aces and Eights again. You don't close a show like this, and don't have, the Aces. Yeah, don't have the Aces and Eights jump Kurt Angle before he can reveal it. Don't have Kurt Angle come to the ring, hold a microphone, hype it up like he's gonna tell us, and he get jumped, because that's too predictable. Be more creative. Maybe have them take him outside of the arena, since that's the Aces and Eights. That's their home, basically. They always kick people's asses backstage. Have him slash his tires at the hotel and keep him away from the arena. Have them attack him before he even makes it to the arena, so he can't tell anyone. And then maybe at the end of the show have Kurt call Sting on a phone and tell him who it really is, and then have Sting come out and call out the leader, and then you do the big unveil. Hint, 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 TNA. Just do something more creative than Kurt Angle coming out and getting jumped. We've seen it a million times in a million different companies. Do something different with it. But I'm glad that you did the unmasking because that is anticipation for next week. Another plus, Matt Morgan telling Steen to suck it was good. Joseph Park eating the ribs was good. Kenny King winning the X Division title was great. You know, give RVD one more rematch just to be fair and end the feud. King versus Zema Ion, let them go in there, tear it up, and build more depth to the X Division. Backlash for Bully Ray just being handed the title shot. Thank you, TNA. Thank you, TNA, for doing that. AJ Styles on my screen again was great. The minuses of the show. Bully Ray being a pussy at the beginning of the show. You know, he redeemed himself later, but that spot at the beginning, I don't know if I deserve this. But you just had your girl go beg Hogan to give you the shot. You know, Bully Ray is supposed to be the dude who you pray is not your cellmate when you go to jail. Not in the gay way, but, you know, he's supposed to be this big, tough guy, you know. I understand his respect for Hardy, but when they were going at it during Bound for Glory, he didn't give a fuck about that injury, and now he's all of a sudden, you know, it shows evolution in his character, but Bully Ray should never, ever look like a pussy in any way, ever. His segment with Austin Aries in the back really did redeem him too when he was lifting the weights and being a bully, you know. I fucking love that segment. I love it when they show Bully Ray being a bully, being an asshole. That's who he is. That's where he lives. Another minus, the Knockouts title match. I personally always feel title matches should have that prize fight feel to them. This didn't feel like a prize fight. And the match was, yeah, it sucked really. Another minus, Eric Young being on TNT. That's a big question mark for me. Make me care about this next week, TNA. Really sell me on Eric Young being with the team. That doesn't mean have him come out and take all the aces and eights. No. Make the aces and eights look stronger and make me care about Eric Young. We're supposed to get the big unveil next week of who the mouthpiece is. Don't fuck it up, TNA. Don't rush AJ Styles back. And at this point, you could put Dora the Explorer against the entire Aces and Eights, and I expect them to lose. Devon should not have gotten beat down by Kurt Angle in that clubhouse scene. Mr. Anderson should not have gotten beat down by Kurt Angle in that clubhouse scene. Devon and them should have been the guys who come at the end and jump Kurt Angle. You know, Devon's the TV champion. He's the sergeant, but he's getting beat down. You know, there's so many holes in this storyline. I'm not gonna even put no more energy into it. MVP of the night, Austin Aries. Austin Aries helped make this show good. His match with Hernandez was good, really good. Him backstage, him on the microphone. Aries was the MVP of the night. That's my thoughts on this week's TNA Impact. It was a good show. I highly recommend you take a look at it because a lot of shit happened, hence why there's 2 fucking videos covering it. Don't rush AJ Styles back. Don't do the stereotypical guy gets beat down in the middle of the ring before he can tell anyone, because if I'm a wrestler and I've seen this a million times, I would not come out to the ring to reveal, you know, the big stuff. Have Ace and Eights attack Angle before he even makes it to the show. Do something creative with it. Looking forward to next week, TNA. Good show. Out.